Hey y'all. Oh gosh, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry for the lapse of time within video. Let me just take that out. So sorry for the lapse in time between videos. I just I have a hard time with staying consistent with when it comes to videos, especially long form videos. It just gets tough to find time to sit and record. What I've also noticed is, if you can read the title, you'll see that I'm at the 9-month mark. Yay! And now it's even more difficult because now I'm up and walking and I'm kind of returning back to our normal schedule. So whereas when I couldn't walk, I didn't have much time to do anything, so I just sat and recorded videos and wrote a lot and did all those things. And now I'm just trying to kind of find time to put all of my new hobbies and insert them into the schedule, upon returning back to normal. I'm 9 months. I don't know. If you can't tell, I'm gassed because I'm almost at the 1 year mark, and yeah, so many amazing things have happened and I'm going to share them with you. So let's start the video. Okay, so the last thing I recorded was when I was at the 3.5 month mark. So now today, being that I'm at the 9-month mark, I want to kind of give a very brief, hey yo, that's me reminding myself, update what happened between the 4-month mark and today at the 9-month mark. Okay, so at the 4-month mark, I remember in physical therapy, kind of progressing a little bit to things like squats. I was doing a lot of lunges, single leg squats. I still was not able to do a single leg heel raise, but I was happy that I had a little more range of motion. Even something as simple as sitting down in a chair, sitting down in a car, you don't realize how much force you put down through your leg and on your Achilles, on your ankle, until you can't use it anymore, and then you're trying to learn how to rebuild that muscle. Also, something super exciting, I took my first standing shower. Thank you. Child, okay, if you have experienced any sort of leg injury, but especially this one, we couldn't stand, let alone walk or anything. So and then standing in the shower is something different too. Like, that's a different beast. I had the seated shower stool where you have to scrub while you're sitting down, and use a bucket or whatever to wash yourself off. So it felt really good to be able to stand. I definitely felt more independent, but I was also very cautious because the number of slip stories that I've heard, I'm just shuddering thinking about it. But the number of re-rupture stories, or just strain, or hurting the other Achilles or the other leg, made me cautious enough. What I first considered doing was buying one of those rubber shoes, waterproof shoes, so that I can have a sturdier balance, and I ended up not doing it. But I think if that's something that you're considering, it might be worth it. Just be extra careful. Do not be in a rush. There's nothing worse than whatever's waiting for you on the other side can wait. Be extra careful. And then finally, to cap off my 4-month recap, I went to the gym for the first time.
Oh my gosh!
If you've seen any of my previous videos, probably my first 1 or 2 where I was speaking a little bit more about my background and just my history as an athlete, I've been an athlete since I was 3 years old, a competitive athlete since I was 3, and there was no worse feeling than having to sit out of the gym and not being able to fully function independently when it comes to exercising. And being back in the gym gave me so much confidence, and I was able to slowly but surely do a lot of the exercises that I had left off doing before I got injured. I did make sure to take my time, and I did not rush anything, and I started with kind of low to moderate weights, but nonetheless it felt really great to get back in there. And I had a lot of my gym friends and people who are used to seeing me be like, where the heck have you been? People were like, I thought you moved, where'd you go? So it was cool to be missed, I guess. It was also just interesting to have to re-explain the injury over and over again whenever someone would ask. All right, now for the 5-month update. One of the bigger things was that I was finally able to walk down the stairs. So at this point, I was walking down the stairs, but I was doing a little shuffle movement, or I would kind of turn sideways to kind of take the heat off of my affected leg. But at the 5-month mark, I was finally able to walk normally. So at this point, I was back in the gym for about a month. I started increasing my weights gradually. It didn't take me that long to get more comfortable with the weights, not as long as I thought it would. It just felt good to be lifting heavy again. That was pretty much it at the 5-month mark, to be honest. Oh no, yeah, wait, okay. So again, this is a very small thing, but my brother had came in town to visit and we wanted to do something fun. So we decided to go to a VR arcade. And I don't know if anyone has been to like a virtual reality arcade before, but essentially, you know, you're wearing the virtual reality goggles and you're playing games. A lot of it is like a lot of movement, a lot of twisting, turning, especially like the shooter games where you kind of have to do this. Sometimes you have to jump or step on little things. And I was so excited, but I was also scared because I didn't know how my Achilles would react to like sharp, sudden movements. But it was fine. It didn't hurt. I made sure I was careful though. There were certain times where I had to, you know, my brother was maybe like shuffling or running a little bit, and I was like, I'll catch up to you because I'm not running. I just got back to walking. So I know and I remember how it felt to not have the ability to. So I was very much like, I do not want to get back there. So anything that made me even second guess, I was like, nope, I'll come back to it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, baby. Okay, and then at 6 months, this one felt so good. Just one update, but basically when I was in physical therapy, my therapist was like, okay, today we're going to jog. I said, who? Who? Who's going to jog? I convinced myself that me and running was not going to see the light of day till like a year out or something. I don't know. I just knew. I was like, I'm at 6 months. I can't run. She was like, you can. If it's one thing that lady gonna do, she gonna push me, okay? So we tested it first by kind of going on I did like a trampoline thing where I was jogging on a trampoline, and it didn't put too much pressure on my Achilles, but it allowed me to get the jogging motion back without the potential pain that could come with doing it on a flat surface. And it was bouncy and it felt good. And she noticed like my jogging stride was really good, and I kind of like regained my running form quickly, and she was like, you might be ready to actually like run instead of just doing it on a trampoline. That terrified me, of course, but she was very convinced and I was not at all. So it definitely took some convincing, but she was like, by the end of this month, we're going to be jogging for 10 minutes straight on the treadmill. I said, we? Said, baby, you speak French? But hey, she had faith in me, and it was just up to me to continue to strengthen, you know, the Achilles, strengthen the leg. That's pretty much where I ended my 6 months. I was able to jog-ish on a trampoline, and that felt good. 7 months post-op, I ran, guys. I ran. I ran on the treadmill, just like she said. We did it. I was very scared, but then I was like, wow, this feels good. Like, it felt good. It felt good to be running again. I had confidence. I was going at a very slow pace. I think I'm going to say maybe like 3.8 or 4 speed. So it wasn't like fast at all, but it was quicker than a walking pace, and I was like for real jogging, picking up those legs. She just had to remind me to stay on my toes, like to catch the ball of my foot. So instead of running on the heels, which I was doing at first, and I noticed it was me trying to compensate. And then after that, she said, okay, I just wanted to see that you could do it, and I wanted you to see that you can do it. And then now we're going to go back. We're going to cut back on the running, and I just want to do more strengthening exercises, and we're going to return back to it in like a month or so. So that's how my month 7 went. At 8 months, it was going great. And then I want to say like maybe halfway through the month, I ended up tweaking my knee somehow. I don't remember what happened, I'm not gonna lie. It was in the middle of a workout, not a physical therapy session, but just a regular gym workout. And I just remember I was on the treadmill. And I didn't feel anything when it was actually happening at the gym. It wasn't until when I got home that I felt pain in my knee. And so when I got back to physical therapy, I was kind of scared. I told her I didn't want any type of running. I didn't want anything that could potentially set me back because I already felt set back by the knee tweak injury thing anyway. Still don't quite know what it was. I was nervous that maybe it was my meniscus, like I might have strained it or pulled it, which frustrated me because I tore my meniscus on the same leg that I ruptured my Achilles on back in college playing basketball. So I was really hoping that it wasn't that. I just kind of left it alone for 2 weeks, and it worked because it took about 2 weeks, which was annoying. But it worked. So by the end of month 8, I was able to run for about 12 straight minutes on the treadmill, and it was like maybe like the 4.5 speed. So I was really gaining, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. I'm showing my back, okay? I'm showing my back. And then that brings me to today, which is the 9-month mark, and I'm so excited. I think mentally I'm definitely a lot more confident in myself. I can feel the actual like tendon getting stronger, if that makes sense. I will say that I still think about walking whenever I walk, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. I feel like it's gonna last for a minute. I still hold on to the railing when I walk down the stairs. Sometimes I'm like, if I had, like, let's just say I'm sitting in a movie theater, I'll be like, if I had to break out of here right now, like if something, God forbid, but if something happened and I had to like bust out and run, do I feel comfortable enough to just get up and start running? You know, maybe it depends on the day because I know I have the ability to, but I think because it's still so new, how fast can I run? And I don't know, there's just still some PTSD there, I guess. In physical therapy, I can do about 10 single leg heel raises, but assisted, okay? I'm not just out here just like single leg heel raising it up. Not yet. But I'm very proud of myself because I came a long way, even to just be able to do them while holding onto a bar or a railing, or just having some sort of support. But I can still do them. It feels really good, and I'm just happy. And yay, 9 months. Overall, I would say that I'm doing well, and I am interested to know, about y'all, people who are at this same stage, maybe the 9-month or like slowly approaching the 1-year mark, and how maybe you felt around this time or how you're feeling right now. I do feel confident, but I know that my physical therapist also says that I am blocking myself mentally and that he thinks I can do way more than I am doing right now. So I know I said I was being super cautious. I also don't want my fear of going backwards to stop me from moving forwards. Come on, somebody, that's a word. Wow. Today's a Sunday too. I don't want to be overly cautious to the point where it stunts my growth and stops my progression, but I also don't want to be in a rush to get anywhere and just go nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? I will probably be back in a couple months, maybe when I hit the 1-year mark. But thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I know some of y'all like to hit me up with questions or just tell me about your experiences. And I love sharing community. So if anything, you guys want to talk about anything, I'm definitely here. Follow me on TikTok as well at Hey It's Jazz 10. Boom. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Ate that one up in the